Hey, Craig, let's get into some coffee talk.
Hey, I love it. I love doing some coffee talk.
Well, talk about what?
Dogs, daughters, whatever. It's coffee talk.
Coffee talk.
It's a coffee talk.
It's a coffee talk.
I love the Apple mug. Love the
You like
it's
that?
like
Old
that's
school.
the OG Apple. OG Apple.
I'm gonna have cake with my coffee today.
Man, I had some chili, but the bowl doesn't look too good. I'm not going to share it. So, speed, quickness. We talked a little bit about saving that time, leveraging that time last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
I think so. A little
Doesn't matter.
Bradleyism. Yeah. But how important it is with speed to be able, I think, to make good information or good decisions based off good information and
Yes.
moving quickly with that speed. So no matter how you're doing your marketing or no matter how you're generating people, generating that virtual line out the door of your agency to get new business, because all your competitors are. And so it's really important to do that, to spend have some kind of marketing budget and spend it. And I don't mean like buying a billboard with your phone number up on it, because that's not going to be a good method to drive business to your agency. But whatever you do, you want to be able to do something that you can tie metrics to it, right? You want to be able to tie specific metrics so that, number one, if it's not working, you're able to quickly, with speed, make a decision on all of the different components of that thing and be able to move on the fly quickly to adjust, right? A lot of, don't we hear how internet leads suck all the time?
Right.
And a few things there, right? There's not enough speed in connecting with them. There's not enough speed in the process or they don't create a process, and then they're not speedy in trying to advance that pipeline along, or they just give up and fail at the beginning. And so I think that the speed then is in the wrong place. They speedily exit that marketing strategy. And we got to know which things to be quick on and which things not to be quick on.
Right. I agree. And it made me think of, overall, what is it worth to an agent if they sell? What would it be worth to sell $2 million in premium?
$1,999,999.
Yes, but
then you made $1.
But what would it be worth? That sounds like, oh, that would be great, right? Not if it's over 10 years. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
If it's in 1 year, that's fantastic.
100%.
So that's the metric that you're looking at. And how many renewals would you have if you have, if your agency's at 3.5 years or 4.5 or whatever. It's a metric that you should know. How long do the average person stay at your agency? And then you can figure out
lifetime value.
Yeah, you figure out the lifetime value, because I'll tell you one thing, speed sometimes pays off a heck of a lot more than not. Well, it always does. Speed is something that is
compressing your time, right? You got to compress that time. So there's some timeline. I mean, between now and when you stop, between now and when you are no longer an agent, there's some X amount of time. Well, if that same timeline has premium growth, right? If it takes you from this point of whatever you're at, 100,000, a million, whatever you're at, but it takes you the whole time to grow just 1 million, well, that wasn't good use of time. Right now, you've lost those years to get to that spot, when you could calculate. And that's I think is so beautiful about this business, is you can figure out on paper exactly what the inputs are, right? It's quotes. You know what you need to get on the other side, which is closing those quotes. So you know what the premium is, you know what your average premium per house. So you can figure out all the numbers, and all you have to then do is figure out that acquisition cost and start spending.
Yep.
And the more you're willing to put on the line, which is betting on yourself, right? That's we talked about it a lot where, and we talked about it in the last interview, where agents will be looking to take money out, get taxed on that, then put it in the market, get taxed on those gains and all that kind of stuff. When you could just roll the money you just made back into the business and create a machine out of it. Why wouldn't you? Because
Yeah.
a 10 million, growing to 6 million in 2 years is far more valuable than growing to 6 million in 15 years.
Right. And it's honestly, it's one of the factors that I think a lot of agents don't see. It's the difference between owning a business. It could be for you, the difference between owning a business and having a job. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
for me, when I was at that first year, I felt like I had a job, and I was, it was even worse because then I owned a business, had a job and owned a business. Like
You had a
I was
job
like,
with
this
risk.
is, yeah, it was like too much for my brain to handle. But but I think that it's one factor that people don't consider enough is the speed of this game. And we have to take that into account. Otherwise, you know, with retention and everything else, it doesn't matter what kind of insurance you sell, but you could just have a job for a long time and wonder why. I guess wonder why, you know, it might be because you need to start using some of the tools that's out there. There's a ton of tools now. We're in the greatest day and age ever. There's a ton of tools to help you speed up the process. Even the Googler.
The Google can help you on the YouTube.
Googler.
Like there's so many things that you go to, so many different resources that you can grab a hold of that are going to help move that needle quicker.
Move the needle. But everybody consider this, especially if you haven't before. What is the time worth to you? Because it could be a lot. Quantify.
And what do you want to be doing? And what do you want to be doing and when?
Yep.
Right. Again, yeah, we talked about that earlier too, is quantify. Just like when you're holding your sales agents accountable to quotes, or you're holding them accountable to dials, or whatever well, we know what the metrics are. It's dials, contacts, quotes, all of those things. When we're holding them accountable, don't just say, hey, I want a bunch of quotes out of you. Well, what's a bunch of quotes mean? I think some people, you tell a bunch of quotes and it's 2.
Right.
And so being clear and specific about what you want for yourself, like, okay, do you want to be retired when you're 55, sell the agency and live on an island?
Yeah, get
sounds
real.
Like somebody, it sounds like somebody I know, but yeah, you know, it's
Mr. Greg.
You've got to have that vision of where you want to be specifically, and then how are you going to get there, right? If it requires 10 million in premium and no note by the time that you're X, well, then you got to figure out what it takes to get there. And pulling out the money and buying a helicopter is not going to get you there.
No, but it will get you somewhere, because helicopter can fly you there.
Not always, though. Sometimes they crash. I don't like them personally. I don't like them.
Yeah. So just take it into consideration. Time is a huge factor and can cost you more money than you investing in yourself to save time.
Yeah. So here's your homework.
Oh,
write it down and figure it out.
Yes, Professor. Tell me.
I need one of those monocles. Yeah. Write down when,
okay,
what year, how old do you want to be?
How?
What do you need? How much can you live off of comfortably? Yep. Give it a little bit of a bump because the dollar's not going to be worth anything pretty soon. Just kidding. And then what else? How long? What are you going to have to do to get there?
That's it.
So if you need 10 million in premium, you got to figure out what you need to write over the next 7 years or 10 years or 8 years or whatever it is, and draw that map, and then you check it.
Yep.
Check it a lot at first. Check in once every 6 months, then once a year or whatever, just to make sure that you're on course. And if not, then do a course correction.
And it reminds me of a quote that Tony Robbins always says: you underestimate what you can do in it. You overestimate what you can do in a year, and underestimate what you can do in a decade. Right? So it's like really planning this thing out. Like you can really reach some incredible goals over. You want a $30 million agency? Do it.
You can do that in 10 years. You can do that in 10 years.
Yeah.
Well, we know the Matheson brothers from the Glove Box plug.
Right.
They grew from under 10 million to 100 million in less than 10 years. But they didn't do it by luck.
Yep.
They had a specific strategy, which if you go to their episode, you can download that PowerPoint.
Yep. Their entire deck.
Yep. You got to listen to it first.
Yep.
You don't have to listen to it, but
well, that's a coffee talk.
You should. Yeah, that's a coffee talk.
It's
so
time.
What are you doing this weekend? What are you doing this weekend?
Time. This weekend, what am I doing? I don't know. What are you doing, Mr. Craig? Oh yeah, you're buying
I am.
You're buying an RV. You're gonna fly somewhere, but the RV and then drive back.
Yep. Yeah. Take a week to drive back from Wisconsin.
Please take pictures and post them. I want to know.
Should I post as I'm going along? I'm going with a dear buddy of mine that I've known since I moved to Tucson.
I'm glad you said
Brian
buddy.
Huss.
Otherwise, I would have thought that you were going with a deer. I didn't think they were able to fly.
Oh, a deer. Just a deer.
Just
on a leash. Just on a leash. Get over here, dancer. Blitzen. Yeah. Which I've never been to Wisconsin, so
that'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring a few dude shirts. I'll stop at a couple agencies along the way, and I'm just gonna go in there and I'm gonna give it to somebody.
All right. They're gonna be like, "Who is this guy?
Why isn't this washed?
Why does it stink? Oh, because I've been traveling cross country.
I've been traveling, but don't worry, you can wash it. It's fine."
So,
that is a coffee. Yeah.
No, it's not. Don't forget, text us. Craig and I are personally going to reach out to people that text us. 520 214.
I don't know.
Okay, let's start over again. 520-214-2219. 520-214-2219. 520-214-2219. We got to make a jingle, dude.
Ooh. How about 520-214-2219? What you said, Mr. Jason.
We have lost it.
Yeah. Long day.
Yeah, long day. So please text us. We're going to release a whole bunch of really cool stuff just to our new friends on that texting community.
The 100th person that signs up is going to get either an Insurance Dudes or an Insurance Dudette shirt.
How about blanket?
Ooh.
Or
when I brought that home, you can have your choice, shirt, blanket, or tapestry. But I will tell you that the blanket is very soft.
It's very soft. My wife hated it.
My son, well, it had the same reaction over here. My son loves it though, and he has it. And it's a 15-year-old with two men on a blanket. Very interesting.
So good.
Yeah. And you can get all kinds of it. Look at that.
Yeah, we'll give out phone covers, whatever. Just text us. Hang out with us.
Text us. Yeah, give us a hang. Just don't send a message on Messenger. I turned off notifications for everything on Facebook. Yeah.
That's 520-214-2219. That's a coffee talk.
Hey, Jason.
Yes, Mr. Craig.
That was another awesome episode, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if people want to get a little bit more action and learn how to write 100,000 in premium off of even the worst internet leads, where could they go?
They can go to live.teledudes.com.
Ooh, that sounds exciting. Are we going to be there?
Yes, it's a weekly call that we're doing right now. it's live, and it will show you the process. The entire process is super awesome.
I love it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Sign up right now, live.teledudes.com.
Live.teledudes.com. That's live.teledudes.com.
Hey, Craig, there's a new community that we are starting that I cannot wait to tell everybody about. It is our live texting community where you and I are going to answer people's questions and give them free content, right?
Are you kidding me? We get to talk to them?
Yeah, which is awesome, but they have to opt in. They have to text us at 520-214-2219. That's 520-214-2219.
Nice.
Craig, are you going to respond to these texts?
I'm going to respond to them for sure. Live.
I'm into it too. It's going to be awesome. And it's going to be our new texting community where we're going to get back to everybody that we can and drop some crazy content, free content, and free the calculator that you just came up with. That's right. The calling calculator, sales material. I mean, everything for insurance agents. This is it. It's the best texting community out there for insurance agents.
Well, what the heck is that number again? I can't remember it.
It's 520-214-2219. That's 520-214-2219.
I love it. I'm going to text it right now.
520-214-2219.
All right. I'll see you later, Mr. Jason.
Bye, Mr. Craig.
Wait, do they even listen to this on the radio anymore?
I love it. I love it.
Nice.